Okay, so let's talk about what happens after you actually apply for Express Entry. So once you submit your application for Express Entry, the next step would be that the government would accept your biometrics. So if you already done biometrics before, then the government would reflect that the biometrics are done. If you've never done your biometrics, then the government will issue biometric request letter. So that's the first stage. Then the second stage, the government will assess your medical. So if you already done medical before, then they will tell you if your medical is passed. If you've never done medical before, then they will request medical from you. Please be careful because you want to make sure that you're not required to provide upfront medical examination. For our clients, we really prefer providing everything upfront right away. So those are stages, the easy stages. Now, the next stage is the hardest and the most trickiest stage. Then your file goes into the eligibility assessment. So if you have access to your IRCC tracker, which I highly recommend using, you will see that there is eligibility stage. So if your eligibility is passed, then it means that your case is basically almost in the finish line for the approval. Because eligibility, this is where the immigration officers assessing your actual credentials, like your work experience, like if your work experience is meeting requirements, your education, like all of that super important stuff. So if your eligibility is passed, is amazing. If your eligibility is under review, so they put it like there is under review or review required, actually the lingo that they're using, that is harder one, because review required, that means that there are problems, and usually those problems are with work experience. So if you see review required in your Express Entry application, or any really application for that matter, that means trouble. So you need to really be, number one, concerned, but also you need to explore why and what is the reason for review required. Now, if your review, your eligibility review is passed, you're in a clear, and the next stage is a background stage. Background stage, usually the government assesses two things, security and criminality. For some countries, that can be a very long stage. But generally speaking, for vast majority of people, that is a pretty easy breezy stage. And yeah, once you pass all of those biometrics, medical, eligibility, background, then you're in a clear, and the last final stage is lending. If you're in Canada, there's a process called online lending. So you will be sent instructions how to confirm yourself as a